Hey, adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Mind Rush. Get ready to dive into heart-pounding chases, jaw-dropping action, and the most thrilling moments caught on camera. Let's get your heart racing. November 26, 2025, just outside Lake Village, Arkansas, Trooper David Minotti was parked along Highway 82 when a white Nissan Xterra passed by heading west. During the stop, the driver, Mickey Cannon, explained he had medical issues and a catheter, while Trooper Minotti detected the strong odor of marijuana. As the trooper checked the driver's information, the passengers stepped out with a dog, claiming they were just letting it relieve itself. Before the stop could finish, Cannon made his choice, and it wasn't staying put.
Hey buddy, go ahead and have a seat, okay? Just until I get y'all situated.
The Nissan sped east toward the Mississippi River Bridge, hitting nearly 100 miles per hour as Cannon weaved through traffic on Highway 82. Trooper Minotti closed in, waiting for a safe chance to stop the swerving SUV. With Cannon's medical issues and unclear motives, the danger escalated by the mile, yet he refused to slow down.
Send it again. TVI. TVI rollover.
Near 3:57 p.m., Trooper Minotti moved in for a tactical vehicle intervention, tapping the Nissan's rear quarter, but Cannon managed to correct and keep going. Half a mile later, the trooper attempted again, this time sending the SUV off the south side of the roadway where it overturned and landed on its roof. Troopers broke a rear window to reach Cannon, who was trapped but conscious. Fire and EMS extricated him and transported him to Chico Memorial Hospital with minor injuries. Cannon later admitted he fled because of an active felony parole violation warrant out of Tennessee. Due to his severe pre-existing medical conditions, he was released with a court summons rather than booked into jail. Charges: fleeing in a vehicle, no seatbelt, no insurance, expired registration, fictitious tags. A routine stop turned into a high-speed run, ending upside down off Highway 82. Cannon outran the traffic stop, but not the consequences waiting afterward. On June 2, 2021, in Greene, Ohio, deputies responded to reports of a man trying to break into cars along Greensburg Road. When the first deputy arrived, the suspect climbed into a large RV, the doors swinging open and a power cord dragging behind it. Instead of stopping, he floored the motor home and took off down the roadway. It was clear the morning wasn't going to stay quiet.
Left side is completely flat. Yeah, left side. Continue on south on power distance 37. Yeah, this truck is still on. Only 1077. He's continuing on power distance southbound. What brings the wheel here? He did not make the F4. He's continuing on south. right, successful this time? Negative. Suspects are not successful. Okay. Team 24, you're going to try to get up front again? We need to go on traffic soon.
The RV pushed down the road with deputies behind it, ignoring commands and swerving into traffic while shedding debris. Tire deflation devices were deployed, but the driver kept going, smashing into several vehicles, including law enforcement units trying to contain him. The chase spilled deeper into residential streets as the RV plowed through yards and fences. With every turn, the cruiser-sized motorhome became harder to predict.
There. 15 We're on high power on Olean. They're all EA here. Let me out in front. We'll give me a board and you hit him. Right, I'm coming around now. Let's put him right here. Be ready. Right here's one. He's not going to go anywhere. Send that dog. Send that dog.
After barreling through at least 2 backyards on Briarwood Way, the RV finally bogged down in the grass and came to a stop. The suspect jumped out and ran, but county deputies and state officers closed in quickly and tackled him before he could make it out of the neighborhood. He was taken into custody without further injury, and investigators began sorting through the damage left behind by the runaway RV. Charges: fleeing and eluding vehicle theft, unauthorized use, criminal damaging hit-and-run obstruction. A morning of attempted break-ins turned into a backyard demolition tour in a speeding RV. He got the motorhome moving, but not far enough to escape the deputies waiting outside. On November 27, 2025, on Interstate 57 in Arkansas, a trooper clocked a black passenger car and a white pickup truck racing northbound at nearly 100 miles per hour. He stopped both vehicles and handled the pickup first, issuing the driver a citation and sending him on his way.
Mr. Black, back to what I was talking about. Vehicle reeks of weed. You're gonna step out for me real quick. If it's just a little bit, man, I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about a little bit, but it reeks.
I don't smoke.
Don't matter. I smell it. This is the last time I'm asking you to step out.
I don't smell like weed.
I'm about to bust your window out.
You gonna bust my window?
Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. Newport 1037.
But when he approached the black car, the driver cracked his window just enough to talk, and the unmistakable odor of marijuana rolled out. The trooper instructed the driver of the black car to step out, but instead of cooperating, the suspect dropped the conversation and hit the gas, launching northbound at speeds reaching 130 miles per hour. The car weaved through traffic, cutting lanes with inches to spare and forcing drivers to react for their own safety. The pursuit stretched across several miles as the trooper closed the distance, watching the suspect push the vehicle harder with each passing moment. Even with traffic stacking up and escape options disappearing, the driver refused to slow down. The chase approached the 55-mile marker with units tightening behind him.
TDI 55 northbound on right. Overpass. TDI 55 northbound overpass. Hands! Hands! Show me your hands! Show me them! Get out of the car! Step out of the vehicle! Step out! Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up and step out! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Keep your hands up! Get out of the car. Keep your hands up and step out of the car! Keep your hands up! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Trying to force him out of the car now. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Newport. I'm gonna step up. I gotta take you. I will take you. Step out of the car. Get out of the car. Step out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out. On your stomach. On your stomach. On your stomach. Keep your hands spread.
Once the trooper caught the black car, he executed a tactical vehicle intervention, striking the left rear quarter panel and sending the vehicle into a counterclockwise spin. The suspect slammed into the guardrail and came to a stop, where a Bald Knob police unit arrived to assist with a felony stop. The driver was taken into custody without further resistance. The guardrail sustained roughly $500 in damage, and the suspect was transported to the White County Detention Center on multiple charges, including felony fleeing, reckless driving, obstructing governmental operations, speeding, and unsafe vehicle violations. Charges: felony fleeing, reckless driving, obstructing governmental operations, failure to obey an officer, improper lane usage, speeding unsafe vehicle, defective equipment, improper turn signal. A simple speeding stop turned into a 130-mile-per-hour run and a hard stop at a guardrail. He fled the traffic stop, but not the arrest waiting a few miles later. On August 23, 2022, in Tampa, Florida, police responded to a pre-dawn carjacking where 33-year-old Brandon Baker confronted a woman at gunpoint and stole her black Nissan Maxima. Minutes later, he forced his way into a nearby home and attempted to abduct a second victim, who escaped as Baker fled again. The stolen Maxima was found abandoned shortly after, and officers soon learned he had stolen yet another vehicle, a white Isuzu box truck. By the time state troopers picked up the GPS signal, Baker had already left Hillsborough County behind.
Corey, where you at now? R393, R393. 75 Chuck, I use the 6 out in front of Madison Coast. What are you talking about? Why you go up there, please? Where are you eastbound? Or Madison Burger King eastbound?
When I'm calling from ASO eastbound. 4,000 block eastbound speeds are about 60 miles an hour.
Okay, so unit 2300 Archer.
Northbound into the new Butler Plaza. Northbound 37 Boulevard.
He's really locked him in at the perfect opportunity in that plaza.
Hey, pulling into the Best Buy.
vehicle also.
Alright, we're back on Archer Road. I am now the lead vehicle. Oh, signal 4 into a ASO K9, still eastbound Blaze P.
As troopers attempted a stop on I-75, Baker refused to slow and steered the box truck into the southbound lanes while driving north, forcing oncoming traffic to scatter. Deputies from Alachua County moved in as he continued wrong way at highway speed, striking multiple patrol vehicles in attempts to break through containment. Even with cruisers damaged and units trying to cut him off, Baker kept pushing the truck northbound against traffic. The chase barreled toward Gainesville with no indication he planned to surrender.
Northbound 34th Street, northbound 34th Street.
Alright, 1388, I'm calling it. Northbound through Windmills Boulevard on 34th Street.
Trying to get up to a pit.
Signal 4, gaining wrong lane of traffic. Piccadilly, wrong lane of travel, past Piccadilly. Continuing on. Alright, we're still continuing northbound, passing the Metro Diner.
It's here to say to help us, guys. We need to stop this now.
Stand by. Okay, so third part of attempted pit. We are going through the Metro Diner Plaza. Everybody on 34, keep her off. Everybody hold the traffic for a second so we can call it. We're through the parking lot. We're about to come out at 34th Street. Attempted pit again, coming back out on the 34th Street. Going back southbound on 34th.
After several failed attempts to stop him, deputies forced Baker off the roadway, where the box truck finally came to a halt. He jumped out and ran, but troopers and deputies closed in quickly, taking him into custody after a short foot chase. 2 Alachua County deputies sustained minor injuries from Baker's collisions, while FHP troopers came out unharmed. Baker was booked into the Alachua County Jail on an extensive list of felonies, including armed carjacking, burglary with battery, kidnapping, auto theft, fleeing, aggravated assault, and multiple charges tied to the wrong-way pursuit. Charges: armed carjacking, burglary with battery kidnapping, grand theft auto, felony, fleeing and eluding, aggravated assault on law enforcement hit and run with injury. A single carjacking spiraled into 3 stolen vehicles, a wrong-way highway run, and a foot chase into Alachua County. Baker escaped Tampa, but not the lineup of charges waiting in Gainesville. On June 11, 2023, in Cross County, Arkansas, Trooper First Class Tanner Hess was monitoring radio traffic about a stolen red Chevrolet pickup taken from Harold's Corner. The truck matched a Bolo description, a black toolbox in the bed, an I Love My Dog sticker, and an Arkansas plate reading 536 ZFS. Moments later, that same pickup passed Hess on Highway 1. When he turned around and activated his lights, the driver made his choice. He wasn't stopping for anyone that day.
Alright, looks like he's going he went the wrong way there for a minute. He's going the wrong way. Alright, looks like he's going to get back in his lane now. Now we're on the turning lane. 5, we may go up, and everybody, he's staying south.
Passing through Holiday Drive. I'm going to do a Holiday Drive now. Speed at 85 miles an hour. He's still south, passing over, going under a 40-yard pass. Looks like he's trying to get on and go. He's trying to get on.
The truck tore south on Highway 1, passing on curves and even jumping into oncoming traffic near Catfish Island. Hess followed as it merged onto I-40 and accelerated east, weaving across lanes and using the shoulder to pass. With more units joining and tire debris flying, Trooper Bird moved ahead to deploy spikes. Still, the driver refused to slow, for traffic, for sirens, or for anyone in the truck.
He's on the shoulder, about the 255. Come on, car. All right, he's coming up on the 256 exit, 26, I'll let you know. You got an opening. He is straddling the left and right lane. About to come over the overpass. Left lane, I'm backing off. Left lane, fast lane. Fast lane, that's it. Good spike. Left lane, I'm backing off. Left lane, fast lane. Fast lane, that's it. Good spike. Now.
Okay, is he still going?
Yes, sir, passing on the shoulder, 258, about 90, almost 90 miles an hour. To smoke. 13, I'm going to back off just a little bit so I don't get hit with it. All right, yeah, they're exploding now.
Around the 259, 258. Tires coming off. Okay. What is y'all speeds right now? 65 miles an hour. 55. 55. Spun out, they're rolled over since 1016. 1016 rolled over.
Hands! Let me see your hands! I will kill you!
Near the 256-mile marker, Bird placed spike strips across the lane, and the stolen pickup ran directly over them. The driver kept going on flattened tires until he lost control near mile marker 259, veered off the roadway, and overturned. A male jumped from the wreck and ran into a field before being captured moments later. 2 female passengers remained, one still inside the truck, and another believed to have been ejected during the rollover. Both women were airlifted due to their injuries. During interviews, all 3 occupants were identified: driver Tristan McClanahan, front seat passenger Elizabeth Cross, and passenger Patricia Poindexter. Poindexter admitted to possessing meth and syringes, while McClanahan later told EMS he took the truck because the key was in it, and that the female passenger told him not to stop. Inside the wallets recovered at the scene, troopers found numerous credit cards and IDs belonging to multiple other individuals. McClanahan was transported to the hospital and later charged in 2 counties for fleeing, theft, controlled substances, aggravated assault, reckless driving, and leaving the scene of an injury crash. Charges: vehicle theft, felony fleeing, reckless driving, leaving the scene of an injury crash, possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, aggravated assault, 2 counts, fleeing on foot. A stolen pickup, a high-speed run, and a violent rollover left 2 passengers airlifted and the driver in custody. He fled every mile of the highway, but couldn't outrun the consequences waiting at the end. On November 30th, 2025, in Jonesboro, Arkansas, Trooper Victor Garcia spotted a small black sedan heading north on Caraway Road with expired dealership tags. When he activated his lights to make the stop, the driver, later identified as Shamia Johnson, chose acceleration over compliance and took off.
C-Truck, Jonesboro, 1024. We Caraway Race. Be a black passenger car. We're gonna be at the M37. Be eastbound Race.
Moments later, Garcia attempted a second tactical vehicle intervention, striking the rear quarter of Johnson's sedan and spinning it a full rotation before it stopped facing the wrong way in the southbound lane. Johnson jumped out immediately and sprinted toward the Lowe's parking lot, ignoring every command. She climbed onto a stack of mulch pallets, refusing to come down until she made one more attempt to flee. Garcia grabbed her arm as she pulled away, guiding her to the ground where she continued resisting until he secured her in handcuffs. Johnson was transported to the Craighead County Detention Center for processing. Charges: fleeing in a vehicle, driving on a suspended license, reckless driving, no liability insurance, no seatbelt expired tags, fleeing on foot, resisting arrest. A simple expired tag stop turned into a chase, a spin-out, and a foot pursuit through a home improvement store. She ran from the traffic stop, but not from the arrest waiting at the end. On May 2025 in Woodbury, Minnesota, officers approached a black sedan linked to a felony fleeing case and multiple active warrants for 45-year-old Michael Dwayne McKenzie. When officers moved in at a Cub Foods parking lot, McKenzie didn't wait for introductions. He hit the gas and blew through a stop sign, running a red light and weaving across traffic with a woman still in the passenger seat. It was clear this wasn't his first time running, and he wasn't planning to stop now.
Pulling into the sports center. He's the largest. 3505. Going into the sports center. Can't follow him into the parking lot. Dispatched in with Dashcam for other units. Last week, sometimes on the land. Squads are about 90 miles an hour.
The sedan tore through Woodbury at speeds over 80 miles per hour, cutting lanes, passing cars on the shoulder, and threading through construction zones with inches to spare. Officers stayed behind as McKenzie bounced through parking lots, roundabouts, and busy commercial streets before launching the chase onto Interstate 494. Minutes later, he merged onto I-94 westbound, pushing toward 90 to 100 miles per hour while forcing oncoming drivers to scatter. Even after nearly crashing, he kept running, into neighborhoods, through curbs, and straight across a soccer field as officers kept eyes on him from the highway and overhead units.
State, are you able to keep it up on camera to see if the chopper can pick it up?
Yes, we're following it.
He's gonna get stuck up here in construction. He's stuck in the construction. He's hitting several cars. I think his car's disabled. He's gonna be getting out failing. He's failing running westbound across the freeway to University. Trying to carjack another car.
Woodbury 723 Buell Squad advised to continue.
Yep, continue.
All advised to re-engage.
The pursuit pushed into St. Paul, where heavy construction and traffic finally boxed Mackenzie in. Unable to squeeze through, he rammed multiple vehicles, civilian and patrol, before the sedan stalled out in the lane. He jumped from the car and ran across the interstate, clearing a guardrail before officers caught up and tackled him on a hillside. Mackenzie was taken into custody while the female passenger fled the scene and was later located by assisting units. Court records show Mackenzie received a reduced misdemeanor obstruction charge and 51 days in jail, credited as time served. Charges: fleeing police felony, fleeing prior case, reckless driving assault on officers, vehicle, driving without insurance, hit-and-run collisions, obstruction. A chaotic run through Woodbury ended in a construction zone and a sprint across the interstate. Mackenzie escaped the traffic stop, but not the arrest waiting in St. Paul. On April 24, 2018, on the Florida Turnpike, Trooper Vanessa Franceschi was wrapping up a routine traffic stop when a Honda Civic suddenly rammed the rear of her patrol car. Before she could even step out, the driver accelerated again, slipping past her unit and forcing the trooper back into the chase. He shot into the emergency lane, treating the shoulder like his personal expressway. It was clear this wasn't going to be a polite roadside conversation.
We're currently eastbound. He's going single 12. Whiskey. He's trying to get back on the turnpike. He's driving single 12. We're going back southbound. Let me know to try to pin him here. Dispatch, did you get my 28? Echo, November, Yankee 3-1. A white Honda Civic. It's going to be a Hispanic or white male. Facial on his face, wearing a blue shirt.
That's simple.
We're driving on the shoulder 60 miles per hour, approaching exit 25A. Bumper to bumper traffic. We're approaching, he's in the left lane now.
The Civic weaved through bumper-to-bumper traffic, squeezing between cars and using the shoulder to outrun anyone trying to slow him down. Trooper Franceschi stayed behind him as he swerved across lanes, nearly clipping vehicles that had nowhere to escape. Speeds climbed fast, and the suspect pushed deeper into rush-hour traffic, gambling on gaps that barely existed. Whatever plan he had, it wasn't designed to end well.
We're on the right shoulder, driving bumper to bumper, right shoulder, we're traveling. That's 10-4, he hit my patrol car intentionally, he rear-ended me, reversed and took off. That's 10-4, he drove on the shoulder, I saw him, he rear-ended me, he reversed and took off. Can you execute that? 10-4.
here on Highway 83. Have a 37, dude. Okay, he's still the pike. He's still the pike. He's never exit. Hello. 670 northbound, southbound.
With traffic tightening ahead, the suspect ran out of room and lost control as he tried to slip between units closing in. Trooper Franceschi boxed him against the guardrail, bringing the pursuit to a stop. The driver jumped out and ran along the shoulder, but the trooper caught him moments later and took him into custody. No major injuries were reported, and her patrol car, though dented, held up better than his getaway attempt. Charges: aggravated fleeing and eluding, aggravated assault on law enforcement, hit and run, reckless driving. No valid license. He started the chase by hitting a patrol car and ended it by running straight into a trooper waiting for him. He outran traffic, but not the Florida Highway Patrol. On September 7, 2025, in Santa Fe, New Mexico, detectives with the Criminal Investigations Section spotted a vehicle tied to an active homicide case near Rafina Street and Seiler Road. When officers moved in to stop it, the driver chose escape over conversation and sped away from the scene. Within seconds, what began as a routine contact became a pursuit. The suspect wasn't just running from a stop, he was running from an investigation.
Rafina and Richards hopping curb, still following. County, going into the county. One bailing on the right, one bailing on the right. I'm staying with the car. Last two units, pick up the guy bailing. 7-5, go on, boy. I need a unit pit certified going in on this Seiler, approaching Seiler.
We're going to be left on Rafina. 32 miles an hour. Going to be right on Harrison towards the shelter. The vehicle's going wrong way on Cerrito.
The vehicle sped through the industrial area with officers close behind, patrol units blocking nearby streets as detectives coordinated. Though brief, the chase was intense until a quick opening allowed officers to intervene.
The speed's at 30 miles an hour on the Colgate. Attempted pit. Fill pit on Luana Street now.
Successful pit.
Get on the ground, Abel. Stay on the ground. He's right here. I got him. Do not move.
Go hands. Got it.
Officers executed a pursuit intervention technique, spinning the suspect's vehicle and bringing it to a controlled stop. The driver, Abel Maez, jumped out immediately and ran, but detectives chased him down within moments and took him into custody. Maez was booked into the Santa Fe County Adult Detention Center on charges of aggravated fleeing and resisting officers. The homicide investigation continues as evidence connected to the case is reviewed. Charges: aggravated fleeing, resisting, evading, or obstructing an officer. A homicide investigation turned into a short chase and an even shorter foot pursuit. He ran from the stop, but not from the detectives already waiting for him. On January 19, 2023, in Savannah, Georgia, troopers monitoring GA-17 and GA-204 heard radio traffic about a white Nissan Murano that had just fled from a Chatham County officer. The SUV had a shattered rear window and had already driven through a private yard to get away. Minutes later, Trooper Cadet Newsall and Trooper C encountered the Murano traveling north on GA25 and attempted a stop. But just as she had done moments earlier, the driver ignored lights and siren and accelerated onto GA204. It was clear she wasn't stopping for anyone.
We're trying to chase this car right now. Go. Okay.
Report back to your primary lane.
Hold on, just let it go for a second. We want to get a little bit more speed before we try to hit this thing. Don't try to hit it this way. I know we're safe here on this side. Try to get behind it.
Okay, 43 Highway 80. Target is 1033.
There you go, you idiots. Stop, slow down. Go, get past. Okay, go. Alright, we're setting up the pit. 204 eastbound. Hit it. Slow down. Okay, hold on. Get in the middle of the road.
Trooper Cadet Newsall moved in and executed a pit maneuver, striking the Murano's rear quarter. The SUV slipped off the push bumper, veered into the concrete median barrier, and overturned multiple times. The driver, Amy Humans Paget, was ejected onto the roadway and found with a pulse but severe injuries. Troopers held her in place to prevent further harm until EMS arrived. She was transported to the hospital where she later passed away from her injuries. State Patrol's specialized collision reconstruction team responded, and a full forensic investigation was conducted. The coroner and next of kin were notified. A dangerous run across GA204 ended with a fatal crash and a full SCRT investigation. The pursuit stopped near I-95, but the consequences followed long after. On September 15, 2025, in Little Rock, Arkansas, a trooper watched a white passenger car rocket onto Interstate 630 from John Barrow Road, hitting 80 miles per hour in a 55 zone almost instantly. He followed the vehicle as it merged onto I-430 and initiated a traffic stop near the 7-mile marker. But as he walked up on the passenger side, the driver made his decision. The car fled the stop before the trooper even reached the window. It was clear this was no longer a traffic violation.
Making a left, he just hit the manual wall, he's still going.
The suspect sped north on I-430, hitting 130 to 135 miles per hour while weaving through traffic with his lights turned off. He crossed the river and exited onto Momel Boulevard, briefly losing control before regaining speed toward 120 miles per hour. Even with traffic closing in, he kept using the shoulder and running red lights to push farther west. As the road curved, the trooper tried to position for a safe move, but the suspect kept braking and dodging to stay ahead. As the suspect attempted to pass on the driver's side, the trooper finally found the opening and executed a tactical vehicle intervention, spinning the car clockwise off the roadway. The vehicle overturned onto its driver's side and struck a tree. When the trooper approached, he heard children crying inside and immediately notified dispatch. The driver, Willie Wright Jr., was holding an infant and refusing to release either child. After repeated commands, he surrendered both kids to EMS, and backup units assisted in removing Wright from the vehicle and placing him in custody. Inside the car, troopers found an open bottle of Jack Daniels, an alcoholic beverage in a cup, and only one improperly fastened child seat. Wright showed signs of alcohol use and refused both a breath test and a urine test. The children's mother arrived at the scene and took custody as EMS continued treatment. Wright was medically cleared and booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center, and a report was filed with the Crimes Against Children hotline. Charges: felony fleeing, reckless driving, child endangerment, DWI, refusal, failure to secure children, open container, failure to obey an officer. A late-night speed burst turned into a violent rollover with 2 children trapped inside. He outran traffic, but not the responsibility waiting at the end of the chase. Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge-of-your-seat excitement, don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing moments coming your way soon.